Good morning, March the 23rd, and I don't know why I come on here every morning to rattle on to y'all about the nothings that go on in my life. It's just day-to-day farm life. But what yesterday we went over to Mama's and we let her open them birthday cards, and I hope she gets some more today. Y'all need to send her a card to get in that drawing. She crochets and she's trying to make an Afghan to give away along with that quilt, and I'm going to try to get them aprons done, but we've got till April the 17th. We probably ought to have that drawing about April the 18th after her birthday. That way make sure every card gets here. But the little grandsons were here yesterday, and what all did we do? We did everything. We went out with that little chainsaw and trimmed up the magnolia tree out in the front yard, and they kind of wanted to run that little electric chainsaw, but I didn't let them much, and they helped my husband split firewood. And I want you to know that they were splitting firewood. One of them was running the lever of the splitter, the log splitter, and Terry was moving the wood and then throwing it behind him over into a pile, and I was stacking it. And he didn't know I was back there once, because I had left for a little while, and then I'd come back out there and he didn't know I was there. So I bent down to pick up some firewood to carry over to put on the stack on the porch, and he threw a stick and it hit me on the arm and hit me on the hand. I've got a little sore spot right there. At least he didn't hit me in the head, just my hand. It hurt. I hollered, but I'll be all right. And the grandkids, what did they do? They ate lots of stuff, but I still had some of that leftover bread from several days ago in the refrigerator, and so we made French toast with some of that bread. And I didn't have any eggs in the house, and I told James, you're going to have to go get us some eggs from the chicken house. So he run down to the chicken house and come back with eggs. He brought 4 of them, and I think we used 2 or 3 of them in that French toast. But they loved making that French toast, and even loved eating it. But one of them wanted donuts, and so we took my donut cutter and cut that piece of bread into a donut shape, and so they had donut shaped French toast. But what I want to do today, if I can, in just a few minutes, is put some bread dough in the bread machine and make them some donuts. Be kind of something that they'd like to do when they get here. We can roll it out and fry them and have some. They'll have some donuts. I'm on a no bread diet. But anyway, they want to play with the donut cutter, so I think that's what we're going to do today. Everything plans around here change all the time, so I don't know if we'll for sure get it done or not, but that's the plan. And I'm not making biscuits this morning because there's leftover cat head biscuits for Terry from yesterday. And I'm just going to heat them up, and I'm going to make him some fresh gravy. And I've actually got sausage links frying in a skillet back there. In that skillet right there. I need to go check them just real quick. Taking them a little while to fry. So he'll have breakfast. The little old boys, they like to sleep late, so they're probably not even up as I'm making this video. And that's about it for me this morning. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. Rain's moving in again. Maybe some storms. I hope not, but rain. It's just not drying out. You go down to the barn lot to do the milking and the chores, and the slop and the mud is awful in places like that. And you can't get back out into the big garden to plant because it's mud. We did get those potatoes planted. I told you about that. So they're in the ground finally. But anyway, it's still time to get a bunch of that done. My sewing of quilts has been put on the way back burner and turned off, I think, because I've not sewed in a long time. Maybe I'll get back to that. But anyway, this is just spring break week. The little boys don't get to come over here much because they're in school all week. And any day now, that new baby will come, and Millie will be staying with me a little bit more. She's not going to stay down here all the time, but we'll help her mama out by letting her come down here. She's kind of getting spoiled to liking to be down here, and she kind of cries when they take her home. So we don't want her to do that. We want her to enjoy coming, but we don't want her to cry when she has to leave. Alright, I gotta check that sausage and make the gravy and the eggs and warm up the biscuits. I know, they're leftover biscuits, but I'm frugal. I don't want to throw them out, and I made them yesterday. By the time you pour hot gravy on them, you won't ever know they're leftover, will you? Bye, y'all.